between my boyfriend and I, there seems to be a bit of a life stage and financial imbalance. And I'm just looking for some advice about whether it's something to be patient with or if it's a sign of incompatibility.
Tell me about it.
So I can give you a bit of backstory, sure. So he's a great guy. He's really hardworking. He's loving. He works full time. He's in grad school. At the same time, he's living paycheck to paycheck right now, and he doesn't have a ton of wiggle room financially. I'm in a spot where I'm more financially stable, and I've found myself providing tangible support for him throughout our relationship.
What does that mean?
We've
You
been
pay his
together
light bill
for-
or you pay for dinner?
It's like dinner. He's asked me to borrow money at times. He's asked me for money, hasn't given it back. He's needed rides, like if his car breaks down and stuff like that. He's asked to use my tech stuff, like if he doesn't have a laptop or stuff like that. So it's been feeling like I'm giving a lot in those ways. And I'm starting to feel kind of emotionally undernourished. And I don't know if it's something to wait it out. I did talk to him, and he's definitely expressed that he's anxious about his financial circumstances, which I think has contributed to him not being able to be as emotionally present because he's just trying to make things work.
So what's your question?
I guess my question is this something that's worth waiting out with a person? Or do you just leave? I think the things that matter as far as character and all those things align for me. But when it comes
Except
to
one
being
big one,
able-
though. I don't think you're being fully honest with yourself. There's one big one, which is like the literature tells me that women are, again, this is generalizable, so it's not everybody, right? But women are attracted to somebody with some sort of potential or with a plan. And the thought that he's a very hard worker, that he's in graduate school, he's got some trajectory here. I can see that on one side. The other side is like, and you use the words emotionally undernourished. That sounds very Northeastern of you. That's awesome way to put that. But like, he's not there for you. And so my first question would be, have you given him a roadmap to what, quote unquote, being there for you looks like?
I have.
Because he might think the best way to her heart is to get out of grad school and go earn some more money so that I can provide for us. And if you said, no, I just want you to sit on the couch and watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine with me, or I want you to go out to dinner, we'll go to Arby's for crying out loud, but I just want to hear how your day was. I want to learn about you. Then if you've given him that roadmap and he says, I don't care, then I think you have to deal with that because that's going to be the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's you being honest about, I like him. I think he's great. He's fun. He's this and that. But I've given him a roadmap and he's like, yeah, I'm not taking that map.
Is it valid though that the immediate stressors are causing him to not be as present? Because I have given him the roadmap and we've talked about it a few times.
I mean, stress, yes, is definitely plays a role in things. But my hope would be that you, if y'all are building something together relationally, that you become each other's safe place. Like that's what intimacy is. It's a secret world that two people create together. To where when the world gets heavy and the bills are coming, when I do drop my shoulders, I drop them into you. Not that you're another stressor on top of my other stressors.
Right. And I think that's the place that I've been in, that it has started to feel like a stress for me because of the different needs that he's had, that he's come to the table with. And he hasn't necessarily been able to provide that emotional connection and attention that I want. Because it is stuff that's as simple as let's hang out and you not be looking at whatever game is on your phone, but let's actually pay attention.
Yeah, that's not emotional stress. If you're telling me that your needs aren't being met because he's working 20 hours a day between graduate school and 2 full-time jobs, then I would tell you he might be a guy worth investing in over the long haul. If he's stressed and busy and y'all go out and he just looks over your shoulder at the game and stares at his phone the whole time, then you can't blame stress on that. That's avoidance.
Right.
But I think the other thing here is you're maybe I'm gonna try to. Can I say it super direct? And if we're like in a counseling or coaching context, I'd say this much softer than I'm about to say it, but just due to time, is that cool?
Yeah.
Your lack of personal boundaries is making you uncomfortable or unhappy, and it's easier to blame him for crossing lines that he doesn't know about. For instance, I don't ever loan people I care about money, ever. I'll give it all the time. Or I'll say no. So if my buddy Todd calls and says, hey man, can I borrow $1,000? My kid needs to go to the hospital, or I can't make my light bill or whatever. By the way, Todd's got way more money than me, so that would never happen. It's kind of annoying, but here we are. I would, without thinking, I would Venmo him money, but I'm not going to, he's never going to owe me money because I don't loan people money because it creates like a boss employee relationship. It creates a servant master relationship, for lack of better terms. You owe me. And it's hard to build intimate connection in I'm above you. Right? But then if you loan him money and then you loan him money and then you leave work to go pick him up and you do those things enough without even meaning to, you stack higher and higher to where now you're looking down at him. And that's a recipe for what the Gottmans would call is the chief of the 4 horsemen, which is contempt. I take care of my finances better than you do. I have my crap together more than you do. I work really hard too, and at least I can be present when we go to dinner and you can't. You see how that becomes hierarchical, right? It creates a power imbalance.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I love you, I don't loan money to anybody. I'm happy to help you. You're my boyfriend of however many years. I'm happy to help you with your rent or your light bill, but what's the plan next month? Because that forces a more honest conversation about, are we compatible or not? Because if he's like, oh, I got a plan, babe, I got a plan. And the next month, the month after that, then maybe you're dating a schemer. Or if next month he adds some more hours and he says, hey, I can't go out on Tuesday like I'd planned because I got another shift, that may be a person worth investing in. You get what I'm saying? But it's you asking yourself, what are my non-negotiables anymore? And then when he starts bouncing up against your boundaries, that's how you're going to be able to test compatibility.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Good advice. It does. And I think I have been starting to build that like resentment.
Yeah.
And
you find yourself just becoming somebody you don't want to become, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it comes from a place of, I don't want to demonize you or him. It comes from a place of deep caring and compassion. You're a compassionate person and you love this guy.
Yeah.
It's $300. Of course I'll give you that for your water bill. That's not a problem. And he loves and cares about you and he's working really hard and he knows, man, she's got my back, ride or die. Can I have $300 for my light bill?
Right.
So it's both people not thinking through, hey, we're slowly starting to drive our tractors over each other. And we're going to start blaming each other for that pain when really what I need to do is build a really good fence around what I will and won't do.
Right.
And maybe you sit down and say, hey, like, I don't know how many times you've bailed him out financially or bailed him out like with rides or whatever, but you can be honest with yourself. Maybe you take out a piece of paper so it doesn't get the emotions don't get wrapped up in it initially, but write it down. I've let you quote unquote borrow money to the tune of $7,000 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what a plan is because I'm thinking about building a future with you. And if this is our future, I need to know that now.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all live together? Or y'all have separate places?
No, we live separate.
Okay. There's something about asking that question. My wife asked it to me. We were married, but it's something y'all ask each other. How do you want this house to feel when you walk in? How do you want to feel when you see me? And it's feelings are not everything, and they're not designed to tell us the truth, but they are flashing lights on our dashboard. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if he says, I want you to be happy that I'm here, then the reverse engineer of that is, okay, then you can't owe me $7,000. I need to be anchored into somebody equally to how they are anchored into me.
Right.
I'm so
And I
low.
did tell him that
Yeah, what'd he say?
in so many words. He said
There
he
you
gets
go.
it.
In so many. I told him like in so many words, right? What'd he say?
Well, he said he gets it, and I basically told him if it feels like I'm meeting your needs, but my needs aren't being met.
All right, I want to throw the word needs completely out the window.
Mm.
I want you to take a 30-day exercise and just take a fast from that word. I want you to have the courage to say, I want.
Mm.
Because when we say I need with a romantic partner, what you need is food, water, and oxygen. When we say I want, like I need this from you, it becomes a chore, a checklist. When you look at somebody
And
and
that's
say,
the stuff he's asked of me. Is like, I need
there you go.
money. I need help.
That's right. And so one of the most common questions I get from men is, how do I get her to like want to sleep with me? How do I get sex off of a chore? I want her to want me. And I was like, dude, if you walk around being like, I need this, then you go on the chore list. I need groceries. I need to get my water bill paid. I need to keep him happy.
Right.
Vulnerability and scary and courage and bravery is, hey, I want you. And so there's something about sitting down at a dinner table and saying, I'm not having my needs met. There's something much more raw and intimate about you saying, hey, I want to be more important to you than this stupid baseball game.
Yeah.
Because that he might look at you and say, well, right now you're not.
Mm.
And you'll have to deal with that reality. Or he might say, I'm so sorry, you're right. I want you to feel wanted.
Mm.
But needs are a way we take our internal cinder block and we hand it to somebody else and say, you make my emotional regulation and my choices and my feelings, it's your job now.
Mm.
Instead of saying, I want, will you pick this up on your own?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
And it's terrifying, isn't it?
It is. It feels harder to say that.
Way hard. It is because I mean, that's true vulnerability. Because if a stranger said, I need help, you would jump in. That's who you are.
Right.
So we can go around meeting other people's quote unquote needs. I remember I was standing outside of a graduate school building and these two people were running and once all of a sudden somebody collapsed and started yelling, I need a Coke. They're having a diabetic reaction. And I ran and got him. Like, I didn't know who this person was. Of course, I'm going to help meet your needs. That's just a human to human thing. That's not always intimate. Intimate is, do you want me?
Mm-hmm.
Whew, and that can be real, real scary. But I guess here's the thing. When it comes to compatibility, I don't know. I kind of bristle at that word because when it comes to intimate relationships, when it comes to building a ride or die life with a partner, the question that matters is like, will you go all in? And I will go all in. And the moment somebody starts to feel like, hey, I'm going all in and you're not, or you're using me for rent money, or you're using me for sex, or you're using me for whatever, it's not a matter of compatibility. It's a matter of will you or won't you? And that's a deeply intimate, scary question. So, Melissa, write down the things that are really like, not the things that he will or won't do, the things you are actually feeling. What is your body telling you? And then ask yourself this terrifying question: what do I want here? What do I want for me? What do I want for you? What do I want for us? And then that's the real deep conversation to have.